The Israeli propaganda commercial during the Super Bowl just aired. The audacity.
Excuse me? This woman's an idiot. It's not an Israeli propaganda commercial. It's an advert stopping people from hating Jews. There's quite a difference. What does she mean, the audacity to broadcast this commercial while Rafah is being invaded? You know what actually happened in Rafah last night? The Israeli army rescued 2 civilians who had been kidnapped there by Hamas terrorists in a heroic rescue effort. That's not an invasion, and if it is, I say bring it on, bring on more. You know what's actually wrong with this commercial is that it barely mentions Jews. She complains that it costs $7 million at a time when she says that the US is sending them $10 million every day, and this is how they spend that money. I don't think so. I don't believe that the US is sending millions of dollars to Robert Kraft Foundation to combat anti-Semitism. No, Robert Kraft is a Jewish man who's made a lot of money and chose to spend it to try to stop people attacking other Jewish people. And then she complains that somehow the advert is appropriating the memory of Martin Luther King, but actually his speechwriter Clarence B. Jones is speaking the words himself, not because anyone appropriated him, but because he knows that hatred against Jews and anti-Semitism against Jews is wrong. This commercial barely mentioned Jews. Yes, there was a Magen David, a Star of David, there was a swastika, there was a brief flash up of the mention of Jewish hate, but in reality, this commercial fell into the trap of being about all hate. Well, of course, all hate is bad. But if you pay $7 million for a 30-second commercial in the hottest moment of the whole year on TV, you could perhaps spend a bit more of it talking about how Jewish people shouldn't be persecuted, Jewish people shouldn't be hated, and how this kind of bile from this woman, this moron, shouldn't be on TikTok or shouldn't be anywhere else. Shame on her. Let's all stand together against hatred, in particular hatred against Jewish people, at a time when it's massively rising around the world and in the US. And why? In response to one of the most horrific attacks on Jewish people ever in our lifetimes, the attack on the 7th of October, when Palestinian terrorists stormed into Israel, killed, raped, tortured, and kidnapped Jews from their homes. Shame on this woman. Shame on anybody who thinks that this is an Israeli propaganda film.